Hi, I'm Helle, and I already miss Essen SPIEL. And at the moment there's 310 days until the next SPIEL starts. And that is on the 22nd of October in 2020. But while we wait, I will recap our last visit to Essen SPIEL this year. First we needed to pack our car and head to Essen in Germany. We had an about 8 hours drive to Essen. Our SPIEL started the day before with a press meeting. We got information about what was going to happen this year and what was new. Like the education day and the preview night and a lot more. There was also announced a winner for this year's SPIEL prize, and there were 3 games nominated: Detectives, Keyforge and Ab durch die Mauer. And it was Ab durch die Mauer that won the prize, and that was a children's game. So if you got kids, you might want to check out that game. After the press show, we attended the pre-show where a lot of new game releases were shown. We saw a lot of games and talked to publishers and game designers. We got to test our new microphone on designers and people that gladly told us about their games. We enjoyed the atmosphere and getting a closer look at most of the new releases and making our first interviews at the SPIEL. And we saw a lot of games we were interested in, and also a lot of games we hadn't seen before, and also interviewed some people we wouldn't have thought we would interview. But that is the fun with this experience, that you will see other games you weren't aware of. And Line, she nearly got caught by a mean-looking monster, but she managed to escape. And we were lucky enough to catch Freeman Friese at one of his games, so he explained Fast Slots, a new game he had made, to us. In the evening we attended a preview night. This was the first time this was held, and here it was possible to play some of the new releases. It was enjoyable to just play games and enjoy ourselves and relax a bit. We tried an abstract game called Metropia, and we played some lighter games like Quicks and a new version of The Mind Extreme, and that game was really extreme, even more difficult to win in that game. So if you need more challenges, you might need to check out The Mind Extreme. Line, she went on a little adventure, wandering around in the halls that was getting ready for the next day. Line, she nearly got lost in the halls, but she managed to find her way back to us again. Line, she did come back in time so we could play Project L, and it was a fun, simple puzzle building game. The day where it all starts. The doors open at 10 o'clock, and we were there about 9 o'clock, a little bit over 9 o'clock. And we only had 800 meters to our parking lot. But no traffic jam! I got stuck in traffic. Have never seen anything like it before, and I have been there. It's my 7th time I've been to Essen, but I have never seen a jam like this before. And we were 5 people in the car, and the others, they left the car and went to stand in queue to get into the Essen Fair when the doors, they would open. And I was left behind in the car. And Line, she did manage to get in, she did manage to grab a game that I really wanted, and she was there to film when the doors, they were opened and people, they would rush in. And this is just a special feeling when you're standing in queue waiting for the doors to open. I can't describe it, but it's special, and I love that feeling. And this time I was left outside in the car. I didn't get in until about an hour late. Then I finally got the car parked and could enter the halls and meet Line there. And after I have gotten in, then the hunt for new games had started. First day is the day where we will run around getting the games that we really want. And I was lucky to grab the last copy of Obscurio in English, the last copy they had in English. The first day is always a hectic day and there's a lot of people. And this day we didn't really get time for interviews. Especially when you think of that I actually came 1 hour late, so I missed 2 hours. I was stuck in the car for about 2 hours before I came in. So that was time we could have used in interviewing. But we did manage to get a lot of new games, and we were pretty tired in the evening when we came back home with all our loot for the day. On the second day we were there in extra good time, and we didn't end up in a traffic jam again like the day before. We got in early and could film before the doors opened. This was really awesome, and we enjoyed the time we had before the doors they opened. We had time to catch up with people and talk to publishers, designers, and interview them about their games. Before the rush started, and the halls would be crowded and it would be really noisy. We enjoyed this quiet time. We played Fast Slots, which is a quick racing game, even though a slot isn't quick, but it will use other animals to be carried around. It was a fun game. And Line, she managed to win the game at the end. She just managed to grab the last item you have to collect. I think it was 8 different items, and the first one to do so would win the game. The second day is for us a more relaxing day. A day where we can take us time to play games, talk with people, and discover new games. It's always fun to play some new games, and games you hadn't thought of. On this day we attended a meet and play from 3 to 6 p.m. We had booked a table where you could come and meet us and play games with us. And it was awesome to see so many of you and play games with you. And we played My Monster game, and Simone, she had brought Cabo with her, which she introduced to us, or in that case it was Line, because I was occupied with another game. And I will say thanks a lot for introducing us for that game. It is a really fun and easy, simple game. Just a game we love to play, and also fun to just play with 2 players. So thank you, Simona, for giving us the game and introducing it for us. And we also played Impact Battle of Elements, Jurassic Snack, which Irene, she had challenged Line in a game for that. And I think Irene, she did win that game of Jurassic Snack over Line. And Llama was also played, and it was just fun meeting you all and talking to you all. And I'm really sorry for those of you that came that we didn't get time to talk to or to play games with. At some point there were a lot of people around us and I couldn't get around to talk to you all. Even though Line and I, we did split up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if we can do something different next year, if we will have this again next year. So if you have any suggestions to what we could have done better, then please write it in the comments. And we had our little competition where you could win a game. And a big congratulations to Ward for winning the game. And it was awesome to see you be so happy for the game. So I'm glad you won the game. And a big thanks for Gary for helping out. You were awesome. And I think the next time you will win in Impact Battle of Elements. The time went by way too quick. We really enjoyed it, and it was hyggeligt. And thanks for the presents you brought us. You didn't have to bring us any presents, but thank you. After the meet and play, it was time to collect a couple of games and head off to get some dinner. It had been a really awesome day, and it was so nice to meet a lot of you and that you took the time to come and meet and play with us. This day we didn't have that many games with us back home, but we did have a really awesome day. We started day 3 with being early again, so we could walk around, look at people getting ready for the day and make some interviews and talk with different people. This day we had a play appointment. We was going to play Feed the Kraken, and this is a social deduction game. where some people, they will be pirates, some will be sailors, and one person will be the one that kind of roots for the Kraken, and he will help the Kraken, and if that player wins, he will win alone. And it was a fun experience playing Feed the Kraken. And Line, she was a pirate in the game, the nasty ones, and I was a true worthy sailor. I had nothing to hide. I wanted to contribute in the best way in the game. And we had one guy that was the Kraken, or in conspiracy with the Kraken. He managed to take the win in the game, and all other players, they lost if the Kraken won the game. We had lots of fun playing the game. It was an enjoyable game if you like social deduction games, like The Resistance or Secret Hitler, then I think you would enjoy this game too. And after we finished the play, we could just make it into the Clask tournament. They had a tournament and we had about 5 minutes to run over there. I could enter the tournament in Clask. I also participated last year. This year there was really a lot of people and really a lot of kind of pros, I would say. Really good players. And I think there was 3 pros in my group. I ended up in a group with 6 people, and I had to play 5 matches. And I won 2 of them, and I lost 3 of the matches. And as always, it was an enjoyable experience. I love playing Clask. And this year, I don't think the halls, they felt as crowded as they did last year, even though there were more people. I think they must have done something differently. I know some places at the start where you entered from Hall 1, they have rearranged some of the booths where sometimes there would be a queue just when you came in. It kind of started in another space, I think. And I think it was easy to find tables when you wanted to play games. Our last day was a quiet day. We just started the day with packing the car with all the games because we were going to go home at lunchtime. In the morning we managed to ask Asger for an overview of their new game called Bloomtown, which he has made with Daniel. And this is the first time they published their own game. And Line, she needed to stretch her legs a bit, so she went for the trampoline. And we just had a relaxing morning, and we sat down at a table where we were going to play Rootstone, and we were waiting for our friends to enter, and we saw all the people that entered that morning running for the games they would like to buy or like to play. It was nice just sitting down and playing Rootstone with our friends. The time went way too fast. There were many games we would have loved to play, and there were booths we didn't get around to visit, even though we really would have liked to visit the booths. And there was some of you we didn't come by to say hi to. I'm sorry for that, but perhaps we can catch up with you next year. And we had an awesome time at the Spiel as usual, and we will definitely come back next year. We're already looking forward to next year. Hope you also had a great time there. And if you weren't there, then I hope you might have enjoyed Line's daily vlogs. And each year this Spiel has just grown bigger and bigger. And this year was no exception. There were 209,000 visitors over the 4 days. Last year there were 190,000. So that's 19,000 more visitors this year. And this year there were about 1,200 exhibitors, where last year there was 1,150 exhibitors. And this year there was about 1,500 new releases. And last year there were 1,400. So 100 more releases this year. And I mean, everything is just growing each year. It's amazing. And I think it's incredible how many new games that come out each year. I mean, you can only try to play a fraction of all those games. And next year, the Spiel will take place from the 22nd of October to the 25th of October. So if you want to participate next year, you should already now start to look for accommodations. Because it is the prices, they're going up, and there's a lot of run for the hotels. They already, a lot of the hotels are sold out, even though there's 310 days until the next Spiel. But you should start looking now if you want to participate. But this was my recap of our trip to Essen SPIEL 2019. Thanks for watching.